This workshop shows you how to make a bristlebot. A small robot with toothbrush paws that moves with the help of vibrating motors. A bristlebot works with the help of electricity. But what exactly is electricity? You can't see it, but you can see what it does. You can feel it, but that is not nice and not safe. When you flip a switch on a lamp, millions of electrons begin moving through the wire. Those electrons flow through a wire. This is called electricity or current. You can compare it with the water flowing through a water pipe, ending up pouring from the tap. An electron is a small electrically charged particle and is constantly in motion. A switch of a lamp allows to open or close an electrical circuit. With an open circuit, the switch is off and ensures that there is no connection to the lamp. When the switch is on, it establishes a connection, creating a closed circuit. Having explained how electricity works, we can move on to creating our bristlebot. To build a bristlebot, we will need to create different connected electrical circuits. If done correctly, the bristlebot will come to life. To do this, we will need the following material: 1 mini breadboard, a battery holder, 2 AAA batteries, 2 mini motors, 2 toothbrushes, double-sided tape, 2 MOSFET transistors, 2 photoresistors, 2 potentiometers, 1 switch, 4 short jumper wires, 2 medium-sized jumper wires, 2 long jumper wires. Decorations: a flathead screwdriver and a flashlight. Let's get started. Have a look at the breadboard. A breadboard is used to build electrical circuits. Each row of 5 squares are connected to one another. The idea is to insert the right wire into the right hole, as if you were playing Battleship. To correctly perform the instructions, we will have to decide where the front side of the bristlebot will be. Therefore, we stick the googly eyes to one of the longest sides of the breadboard. Turn the breadboard upside down and remove the paper from the backside so you can see the sticky tape. Next thing we need is a battery holder. Stick the holder to the back of the breadboard. The wires should be at the back of the bristlebot on the opposite side of the eyes. The battery holder should be right in the middle of the breadboard, with equal spaces remaining on both sides. Insert the AAA batteries into the battery holder. The plus on the battery should match with the plus in the battery holder, and the minus on the battery should match with the minus in the battery holder. The batteries act as a power source from which the electrically charged particles or electrons come. For this step, we will only need the brush part of the toothbrush. Attach the 2 brushes, each on both sides of the battery holder. Make sure the front of the toothbrush is pointing to the front of the bristlebot, where the eyes are. Both brushes should be set up symmetrically. Take the double-sided tape and attach it to the sides of your bristlebot on the same line as the bristles at the front. This is what your bristlebot should look like for now. For the next step, make sure the bristlebot is facing you in the same way as shown in the picture. Let's imagine that the tie points on the breadboard are indicated with rows from 1 through 17 and with columns from A through J. We are now going to attach the jumper wires. Some wires are a little too long. You can bend them to make them fit in the correct tie points. Take a short wire and insert its endpoints into E1 and F1. Take another short wire and insert its endpoints into E8 and F8. Take another short wire and insert its endpoints into E11 and F11. Take the last short wire and insert its endpoints into E15 and F15. Now take a long wire and insert its endpoints into F2 and G11. Try bending it a bit so that it goes as little over G10 as possible. Take a mid-length wire and insert its endpoints into H11 and F16. Take a long wire and insert its endpoints into C3 and C11. Take the last mid-length wire and insert its endpoints into D11 and C17. Now take a potentiometer and insert its 3 pins into tie points J1, H2 and J3. The sides of the potentiometer should be in line with the breadboard sides. Take the second potentiometer and insert it into tie points J15, H16 and J17. The sides of the potentiometer should be in line with the breadboard sides. Take a MOSFET transistor and insert it into tie points D1, D2 and D3. Make sure the metal side of the transistor is facing right. Take the second MOSFET transistor and insert it into tie points D15, D16 and D17. Again, make sure the metal side is facing right. Take a photoresistor and insert it into tie points A1 and A8. Take the second photoresistor and insert it into tie points B8 and A15. Take the switch and insert its pins into tie points G7, G8 and G9. Turn the button towards row 17, that's the off position. In this position, the circuit will be open. Peel off the paper from the double-sided tape on the sides of the breadboard. Now stick the motors to the tape. Make sure that the metal wheel of the motor can rotate freely. Thus, it has to stick out of the front of the breadboard. Take the red cable of the upper motor and insert it into the tie point H8. Insert the black cable into E16. We're moving to the bottom motor. Take the red cable and insert it into the tie point I8. Now take the black cable and insert it into E2. Now we will go to the battery holder. Take the red cable of the battery holder and insert it into the tie point J7. Insert the black cable into J11. All of the connections are made, and now it's time to decorate your robot. Before we can play with the robot, we need to set up the photosensitivity. To do this, find the photoresistors and bend them so that they point upwards and slightly outwards. Turn the switch to on position. Now the circuit is closed. The motors should start vibrating. Find one of the potentiometers. Now look for a cross-shaped switch on the potentiometer. Use a flathead screwdriver to turn the switch from right to left or counterclockwise. Turn the switch just until one of the motors stops vibrating. Do the same with the other potentiometer. Photosensitivity is now set up and the motors are not triggered by the light in the room. We are ready! Let's play! Point with the light of a flashlight onto the photoresistors to make the bristlebot move.